Hello, everyone. Good day, wherever you're from. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and almost good night. I know some of you. Okay. So I hope I'm not the nightmare of you, but yeah, we just want to like kind of assist you and prevent you for having more nightmare when you take up the governorship. So it's better to have a nightmare now rather than you have a nightmare when the term is starting. Okay. But this, as we mentioned last round, this is optional session because I know a lot of you, this is a busy season for convention. How many of you have your convention have over and you are now officially DGE? Raise out your hand.
Oh, DGE, yeah.
Oh. Anyone still have upcoming convention?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, when is it?
This weekend.
This weekend. All the best. All the best. Yeah. So again, thank you for joining us. This session, it will be like a casual talk because I aware that a previous session we might not be able to allow everyone to speak sometime due to the time constraint. So I thought like that would be good to have this session so that we can like kind of gather some idea here and there, and it will be very helpful for you to pick up some of the idea before you go to the Mission 1.5 Summit and also before your term start, because it's important for us to plug in those numbers, our goal. But what is even more important is how we achieve those goals. By having a number, it's just like number. It doesn't mean anything if only it come with a proper action plan. Okay, so again, I thank you so much for taking out your busy schedule and join today kind of a webinar with the title "Is a Mission Possible?" where we turn kind of our goal into reality. Okay, so before that, I would just like to have a quick run through so that everybody can very quick introduce yourself, where you're from, nothing more than that. Especially especially if you are the governor that bring your coordinator here, I think it's good for you to introduce them as well, so that the other colleague also know we have friend joining because it's an optional session. So maybe like anybody would like to start, you can feel free to start.
Can you hear me?
Yep, Louis.
I'm Louis Morgan. I am District Governor-elect of MD 17, District 17K.
Okay, thank you, Louis. Okay, next one.
Tom Oversby, District Governor-elect of 201 Western Australia.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Anyone?
Clark Lindstrom, DGE, MD 17N in Kansas. And I've got Lion Barb, that is second vice district governor-elect in the same district. And then I've got Lion Richard, who is a PDG, and he is my last minute jump on to be my GMT. So
cool.
Really glad to see them part of the team on the call.
Okay, so maybe we can get the Lions, Bars and the PDG Richard to also introduce yourself. Oh, Lion Babar, I think you are
Need
muted.
to unclick the, yeah.
Okay, I'm Barb Shattuck, and I'm from Linden, Kansas, but in 17N, multiple 17N. I have been in Lions for almost 8 years and married for 41 years, 2 kids, 3 dogs, and I'm happy.
Yeah, so Lion Babar, what will be your role for the upcoming term?
I'm second vice district governor-elect, so I will assist Clark as needed.
congratulations and welcome to the club.
Thank
And
you.
we have PDG Richard.
I'm Richard Caldwell. I'm the PDG of District 17N in Kansas. And as Lion Clark was saying, I'm kind of an add-on, and I'm kind of excited to see all these new faces because I've usually kept myself within the parameters of Kansas. So I love all these new faces.
Thank you and welcome to this call. Okay, thank you. So next, anybody?
Hi, George. MD2, District 2S2, the Greater Houston area.
Houston area. Okay. I will be translating Houston, Mike, when I going back to Malaysia from Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Hello, Stuart Parrott from 201Q1, Queensland, Australia. I thought we met all these people, except for a couple of new faces.
Yes, yes.
What's the? Sorry, I missed the introduction
Oh
about
yeah, because
why we were
like
introducing
this
ourselves
round,
again.
this round we were like kind of inviting some governor, like inviting their vice governor, inviting their coordinators. So we have some new faces. So
Right,
we
okay.
kind of just want to make sure everybody like know where this group come from, how diverse is it. So thank you, Stuart. Okay, next one.
I'm Keith Burge. I came in Nebraska, District 380, GST. I'm here, a guest of Karen Jackson's tonight.
Yay.
Keith.
And to piggyback off of that, I'd like to introduce Brian Williams, and he is going to serve our District 380 in Nebraska as global leadership. And also we have our GMT, Patty Shanla, also of District 380 in Nebraska. So you guys, I'm pretty excited that all three of you are on here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
you get
inviting
the
us.
whole team here. And welcome to William and Patty to this call. We hope you enjoy the sessions by the end of the sessions. Okay, next, who else?
Paul Shortis from Multiple District 201, V6, Victoria, Australia. Currently DGE.
Welcome back, Paul. Mr.
Thanks, Potter. Also, while I'm thinking of it, congratulations too on your election as council chair.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yay,
Thank you very much,
Potter.
Yeah.
Yay.
Way to go.
Irene, I saw you kind of about
Yes.
to say introduce. Okay.
My name is Irene Hawes. I'm the District Governor-elect of Kansas, multiple District 17A, which is Northeast Kansas. And I was also elected as Vice Council Chair for our multiple.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Very good.
okay, just to like interrupt a little bit, like, is it how it's work? Like one of the district governor will be the vice council chair in your MD
Yeah.
for Irene.
Well, from what I have seen in recent years, there's no rule that it has to be that way.
Okay.
But I think that once they get you in leadership, they want to keep you in leadership. And that's my theory.
Good to know that. So the council chair is the past district governor?
In this particular situation, they do have to be a past district governor to qualify.
Yes,
Okay.
you have to be a past district governor.
In our
to
case,
be-
it is the immediate past district governor, but any past district governor can apply for the position.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Irene.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
why
right.
I asked this question is because I think like the role of a council chair is not like available in all area. Like some single district, they don't have this council chair role because they are not part of the multiple district. And I got to know like some part of the world is like kind of an election thing. Some part of the world, this role is only for the IPDG. Some part of the world is like they kind of have a rotation, kind of where like, you know, this district this year you have one council chair, something like that. So good to know like how things work in different area.
Well,
And I heard
and
something you
that's
you
from my
mentioned about-
observation. I have not read the council district.
Yeah, so
constitution or
I heard
bylaws.
you mentioned about like the apply, so that those who interested, they can like kind of show their interest, and then I believe there's like the people will kind of vote, or the incoming DG will vote, something like that.
Yeah, the voting is the current and the incoming
Okay, cool. Thank you
DGs.
for that insight. Who else? We still have Edward, Diana, Leslie. You're ready.
Okay, I'm Leslie Cunningham from Carstairs, Alberta, and I belong to the MDC, and I'm in the District C2, currently DGE.
Okay. Diana, are you
Hi,
ready?
I'm Diana King from District 28U, Utah, just DGE.
Congratulations. Who else? We have
It's good to see familiar faces.
yeah.
Good to see you too.
Ted, you maybe I can unmute you. Yeah. Edward, do you want to click the unmute so that you can? Yeah, good.
Okay. Ted Mickelson from C1, which is the rest of Alberta after Leslie's C2, as well as BC and the Northwest Territories. I guess our district is probably bigger than the country of Malaysia.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
And thank you for taking up the challenge.
We have the North Pole, you know.
Ooh. You should welcome us to your district. Okay, thank you, Edward. Jose, do you want to say something before I pass to Jay? Okay.
Hello, everyone. I am District Governor-elect Jose Luis San Agustin from District 301B1, Philippines.
You have completed the convention, right? You say?
No, we're having it on May 23 and 24.
Okay.
Yay.
I believe Josephine is online, but I'm not sure if she's ready. Josephine, do you want to like open your camera and introduce yourself, because we have new friend in this call?
Yes, good morning.
Yay.
Good morning.
Yeah, so you introduce like yourself and where you from, your district.
I'm Josephine De Leon from District 301Z and Northern Philippines, and incoming this. What else?
Incoming district governor.
Incoming district governor. We'll have our election on May 24 at Clark, Pampanga.
Okay. So like the entire 9 districts of Philippines, they will come together and have
Yes.
Okay, cool. All the best. And
Thank you.
okay, so now I want to invite Jay, I believe PDG area leader Jay, to also introduce herself.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're from. I'm past District Governor Jay Norby. I am from the great state of Minnesota. I am the Constitutional Area 1 Global Action Team Area C leader. My area is Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. And I want to say congratulations to all of you. Looking forward to seeing you in Orlando.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay, for like dropping this call and like joining us and supporting us, and definitely yeah, just feel free to give like any insights, comments, whenever you feel like you want to say anything. Okay, so again, as I mentioned at the beginning, myself, I'm Porter. I am the group leader for this group, Group 22. So I served as a district governor 2 years ago. in the fiscal year 2023, 2024. So it's quite fresh. And this year I have a bit rest time, but of course still busy with some other work. And I got a new task upcoming year. Like all of you, you are not working alone. I will working alongside with you. And next year I've been entrusted as a incoming council chairperson. So yep, I think this exercise will be benefit for all of us, not only to you, but also to me as well, to kind of steal some of your idea. Okay, good idea. So this call, it will be simple. Okay, first part, we'll try to spend not more than 90 minutes. So first part, we want to ask a bit your experience when you have a discussion with your GAT district coordinator, like how is feel? What can we do better if you will be able to give advice to the incoming governor? What should they really take, like kind of pay attention when they want to start this exercise, discussions of the action plan and goal. Then after that, specifically, we want to go into the membership development, goal and action plan, leadership development, goal and action plan, service activity, goal and action plan, and LCIF, goal and action plan. And after that, we will do a recap. Because I will be recording this session, so hopefully follow up of this call, I will be also prepare like a summary of each strategy that you've been highlighting just now, so that we can have a kind of a resource file on what are the things that we can do in order to achieve our goal. Is this work for everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, of course I have slide, but those slide, it doesn't really help, but I would still love to show you, especially, okay, so this is, again, this is an optional webinar, which I really feel is needed. And thank you so much for joining in. And this is our last call, okay? We have our last call, which talk about the reflection from the Q Center in April. And it's also one of the call that we have most attendees, and I think like everybody was so excited to meet each other. So thank you so much for joining the call last month. Okay, so as I mentioned, so this is our plan. Okay, and yeah, the first one is sharing from best practices. Is this share your discussion experience with your district GAT coordinator. So just feel free to share anything. We'll spend about maybe 10 minutes talking about this. So anybody want to share? Karen, Irene is ready. So Irene, you can unmute.
I want to, can you state the question again?
Oh yeah, just share your experience of having the discussion with your GAT coordinator. If you have done so, like you discuss with them the plan, the goal. I want you to share that experience.
Yeah, well, what I did is I emailed her my my district goals and my action plans, and she reviewed them, and she told me that it looked good. She did suggest that on my leadership goals that I have several several zone chairs that are repeating, and I'll have new zone chairs. So I put my percentage of zone chairs that would be trained this year, I put it based on the number of new zone chairs. And she said, no, you need to, every year the zone chairs need training because there's new information and new knowledge. So even if they're a repeat zone chairperson, they'll need to have training each year. So that means your percentage of trained zone chairs will be much higher. And so that was the one critique that she gave me. And overall, she was comfortable with what I had presented.
Cool. So you're using the approach like you are kind of doing spend the me time to do like kind of a goal and action plan. So you have a draft and you share to your team and get their review if they're happy. So from there you can improvise.
Yeah, I did share it with my governor, first vice district governor, and my second vice district governor, and got their comments, and they were in agreement with what I had put out. And so then I shared it with our GAT
Oh,
area leader.
I think this is like very something that we need to encourage people to do, because I'm not sure like the other part of the world, but sometimes we have the gap, like the DG and his team. Sometimes the first and second DG is a bit left out because they're supposed to learn, but they don't get of all the information. I think it's a really a good move that you share those things to them and get their insight, and before like you share to the coordinator. Thank you for doing that.
And then finally this Sunday I met with my GMT and my GET, and I gave them a hard copy of my goals and action plan. So I just need the GLT and the GST to have that.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of meeting them separately.
It just worked out that we had meetings anyway, so.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Right.
So thank you. Okay, anybody want to share? Thank you, Irene, for sharing. We have Karen, and then followed by Clark.
And I think with us, we met in April, and I met with the 4 globals separately, and we devised all of the goals and came up with our action plans. And then on a different date, I met with the first and second VDGs along with the LCIF coordinator. And we reviewed the goals that were designed out of the globals, and they all added on what they felt was needed or prioritized some of the action plans. And so that's kind of where we're at. And now the hard copies were mailed out today to the top 8 people. And then I'll be sending it out to the entire cabinet here this week. So we don't have a GAT. And so we decided that we were going to go ahead and develop our own and strategize. And we spent hours on that, and we felt really good about that. Until now, we're going to implement it in the new year, and we'll find out where we need to assess and tweak.
Okay. So just to confirm, like you say you don't have a GET?
No.
No, we don't have a GAT.
Coordinator.
Oh, no. I mean, well, basically when we mention GAT, is that 4 peoples? The GMT, GET, GLT, and GST. So as long as you have these 4,
Yeah, we
they
had the
are your
team
GAT.
together. Yes,
Yeah.
all 4 of them were together.
Cool. So you have them. Great.
They were all 4 together with me back in April, something like that.
So that makes up your GAT. Those 4 make up your global
But I
action
don't
team.
have an approach. I thought you meant it was a GAT approach person,
Oh,
and we
no,
don't have
no,
that.
No, you are the
Sorry.
GAT chair.
You are the GAT.
Correct.
Yeah. So good. You say that they've been with you in since 8 August. That's very important. Make sure they are with you till the end of the journey. That's even important. So Josephine, if you don't mind, I will pass to Clark first, and then I will pass to you. So Clark, would you mind to share?
Yeah, after my excruciating process of getting my goals and the action plans written and submitted, that my process was, once I had the, let's say, the 3rd draft done, that I had the state secretary have a Zoom meeting, and I had the present district governor, 2nd district governor-elect, 1st district governor-elect, and we reviewed all of the of what I had prepared. We spent about 2.5 hours wordsmithing and going through that process, and then the discussions of who, what, when, where, and why. And following that, everybody felt like it was a workable plans and goals, and that was my process. And now since the end of last month, I've been trying to communicate with a number of the rest of the leadership, the GAT leaders, that the GMT, GST, GLT, all of them, to give them a copy of the action plan and the district goals that were submitted. And then my next plan is to try to discuss those with them individually and see if there are any specific goals or ideas or projects that they want to move forward as well, and possibly incorporate with what the rest of us are attempting to do. That was my process. It was quite a learning process, and this way, I think by using a number of existing leaders, that I think we came up with pretty good plans.
If I may to ask you, like, when you start this process?
It was I had submitted my goals long before the due date, but it was the middle part of April.
Yeah.
That we did that.
So you see, I always love to hear, like, so that I believe like your incoming governor, like, after you, they will be interested to know, like, when they should start the process. Like, I always
Yes.
recommend people to start the process as early as possible, because sometimes you have other life commitments, which doesn't allow you to, put a lot of hours in this planning. But yeah, it sounds like a good plan, and thank you, Clark, for your sharing. And I think Josephine is about to share. Let me spotlight her. Okay, Josephine, here you go.
First of all, before I submitted my district goals last few days before the deadline, we finished the meet and greet with all the regions, incorporating their insights and inputs before I finally drafted my action plans. So we visited all the 4 regions in our district, attended by all clubs in its region, and the interaction, the insights we've gathered were already incorporated in my submitted action plans and district goals. And last May 3, 2025, we had our first organizational meeting attended by my GAT coordinators and the key cabinet officers. And we had our discussion on the submitted action plans and goals. And we came up with aside from the submitted action plans, we came up with a customized district goals and action plans, really fitted for our district needs and status. And also, on that same day, we conducted a incoming president, secretary, treasurers training, whole day of May 3, 2025, wherein we conducted trainings on their roles and responsibilities of a president, secretary, treasurer, and also other cabinet officers. So that was a very successful training, because it was attended by the attendance was overwhelming, and it turned out to be almost 100% attendance. So that's it, and we hope to meet again on after our election on May 24. So I set the date on June, middle week of June, to again meet the incoming cabinet officers and other district officers for finalization of our customized action plans for our districts. So that's it po, and hopefully it will work out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So it seems like a long process, and well, because we always say that there's this thing people always say, if you plan to fail, no, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, something like that. So planning is very, very important. So if you don't plan well, when the term started, you will feel like everything is so fast, and you will not have time to do planning at all. Yeah, so that's why it's very good that you utilize the time right now to do planning. Okay, and thank you so much for sharing some of your different experience. And I think the highlight here is also showcasing like we need to start to plan early, because sometimes some district you have bigger area where you need to spend more time talking individually to different coordinator. And sometimes, of course, your coordinator will have their life commitments. You don't expect them to get back to you after you email them. The next day, you want them to give you the review. People may need take 1 week, 2 weeks time to review that. Yeah. So sometimes things can get a bit fast, but sometimes we just need to give people a comfortable time to digest. Okay. Okay, so now we have talked about your experience of discussion with your coordinator. And next, we would like to talk about specifically what are some of the action plan that you have for membership, leadership, service activity, and LCIF. So before that, I have actually compiled this file, and you will tell me whether it's correct or not. If you're aware of your membership goal in terms of new club, in terms of new members, and in terms of the net gain, can you type in the chat box, say yes, if you're aware of that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're not aware, you can type no, which I believe at this point of time, everybody should know. But if you don't know, I will be able to show you. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so this is what I've compiled for our group regarding the what do you call that, the new club, new member, and net gain. So if I may, I will just quickly run through for those who are at this call today. So Irene, one new club, 178 new member, and net gain of 1. Okay, but I think like net gain of 1, maybe that's not challenging for you. Okay, yeah. Okay, and then
The
so we
178 will be a challenge.
of the new
178
member.
new members, that's going to be a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, try 194.
What would be this year? This year, how about this year? New member that you have.
But as of right now, we are plus 20, but we know that in June there's going to be a bunch of drops.
Okay. Okay. So that's also very important to see this figure. Okay. And of course, we also have Luis here. One new club, new member 137, and one new gain, net gain of 1. Club, one new club, 194 new member, and net gain of 1. Mike, one new club, 202 new member, and net gain of 1.
That's incorrect. I mean, these are not my goals. These are the goals that were set for me by international.
Yeah,
because
I know you have a higher goal, right?
In my actual goals that I submitted for 6 new clubs.
For six new club?
Yep.
Okay, and how about the net gain?
The net gain in members?
Yep.
Keep talking, I'll look it up.
But for sure it's more than one, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what they gave me. That's what I said. They gave me a net one. That's their goal for me. Mine's like, let's see, I think the net's right around 160.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I mean, this is like the minimum, like, but we are not
Well, see, they
going for
say,
this.
according to them, I'm going to have 201 drops.
Mm.
And that's, I mean, I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
So I'm saying these are not my goals that I submitted. These are the minimums that LCI.
Yeah. So these are the mission 1.5 goal that the steering committee set. But of course, you could have your own, like kind of you want to do more, right?
Yeah.
So thank you for that. And the third, third is one new club, 229 new member and net gain of 15. And Paul, one new club, 133 new member and 40 net gain of membership. Thomas, two new club, 263 new member and 15 of net gain.
It's not looking good so far either, Potter. We're actually down on this last 2 months. We've been down, so it's we're really struggling even to break even.
Okay, so probably like we have to kind of see like what else we can do on the retention a little bit, a part of the recruitment. Yeah.
This is have a look at these new members, and there are not many gains. There must be a lot of people going out the back door.
Oh, okay.
Potter, can I say something? Let me interject here. I didn't speak a while ago when you talked about the GAT, but I actually have finagled a little. I have actually 6 members in my GAT. I have the GLT. I have the GET. Those are holdovers from last year because they're still working and I left them alone. I have a GMT, and under the GMT, I have a GMT for club enhancement, and I have a GRT, a global retention team coordinator.
Yep.
I added that position. And then, of course, I have the GST for service. And I just felt like that with retention being such a problem, that I needed to specifically address that and get it taken care of. So that's what we've done with our first GRT.
Yeah, I think you did share with us about this approach last few round. I still remember the GRT. I think that is
they're
one
in place
of your
now. Before it was just talk. Now she's actually in place.
Cool. So this is one of your action plan by having extra hand specifically take care of the retention part.
Exactly.
And then we have, let me continue. We have Diana, one new club, 61 new member, and net gain of 5. Jose, 7 new club, 479 new member, and net gain of 50. Josephine, 7 new club, 461 new member, and net gain of 50. Karen, 1 new club, 145 new member and net gain of 1. Edward, 1 new club, 164 new member and net gain of 1. Leslie, 2 new club, 255 new member and 65 net gain of membership. So yeah, Josephine, raise out your hand, please.
I think our mission 1.5 goals with 301E was interchanged.
You mean the entire multiple district?
Yes, I have in our district. We have 7 new clubs, 479 members, and 50 net gain.
yours is 7.
479.
Yours is 7 new club. I mean, your goal is 7 new club,
Yes.
451 new member, and
Four-
15.
479.
That one is Jose,
Yes.
301C. But it's okay, you can do more.
Governor Potter,
Yeah.
I'm with 301B1. I think the figures and names are
Okay.
interchanged.
Okay. So I would double check and let you know. Okay, you are in. So okay. So again, Jose, you are in B1. Who is in C?
Me, I'm C. I'm
Okay,
in.
so I think like I have messed up the name. Okay, let me. Okay, Jose, you are B, and then Josephine is C, and then we have Apollino. Apollino is E, is it?
T is
Janite.
Okay,
Janite.
okay. Thank you for highlight that.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so again, Josephine, your goal will be like 7 new club, 475 new member, and 15 again, right?
You're right.
Okay, and then for Jose will be 5 new club, 288 new member, and 200 again.
Wow.
Wow.
There must be a mistake there somewhere.
Yeah, don't worry. Let's look into that. But anyhow, and this is a number that's set by the steering committee. But again, this number wasn't set like I like Jose, I give him more net gain. It's all based on your past 5 years membership result. And of course we did mention that it's not something that we just do about there. We always want to strive for more. We want to exceed the expectation. So as what Mike have mentioned, this is not his goal. His goal is much more than what is listed. Okay. So again, I mentioned many times, this will be number. This will be good to see if we do nothing. Okay. So can everybody share with us what you plan? What are some of the things, action plans, simple things that you plan to do to get the new club, to get the new member, and to make sure that you have the positive net gain by taking care of the retention. So I would start by highlighting Mike actually having a plan. I mean, he already do that, like appointing GRT, no, global, I mean, the retention coordinator to take care of the retention. So here by adding one more hand. Okay. Other than that, any more like action plan or idea that you would like to highlight? Okay. Maybe
I'd like to mention that we had a few clubs that were dropped, mostly for non-payment of dues. And we have been working very closely.
Yeah, please go ahead, Leslie.
I've been working with these clubs to get them back online. And so that we feel that would be adding clubs again, but also members. And I think that, we're going to work a lot more on retention and not let it go to this extreme where 3 clubs, actually 4 were dropped because of non-payment.
Yeah. Thank you for highlighting. So you were kind of like giving them some extra care.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how the number work, but of course all the number means I'm a member, but of course some area they will go on getting more member in, so they have a big plus. But for some area that we understand that this is probably not a good strategy in our area, what we need to do is reduce the minus, which is the retention. like every year you have 100, 200, 300 loss. Can you do something to reduce that loss? So it ended up become 50, 100, less than that. Okay, anybody want to share some more idea? Yes, Lou.
What I'm looking at is, you guys just kind of spoke on it, but I've got the western half of Kansas, and we've only got 64 clubs. And, with the people dying off, we don't have real big communities. I think I've got 4 big cities in my district, and finding out that most of my clubs out here in western Kansas has only got anywhere from 7 to 10 members in them. So finding out that it's hard to get new members in, and when you talk to parents, young parents and stuff that's got kids in school, they say they don't have time because of the school activities and stuff like this here. So I put out to my GAT team that we need to strive on retention. And I think Lion Clark and Lion Irene both know we're working, all 3 working together to try to figure out a way that we can get Kansas on the MD back on a positive note for membership. And these actual new members here in the state of Kansas, that's going to be, you add those up, and that's going to be, I think, something that's not really going to be sustainable. Now, the new clubs, I'm looking at hopefully starting, 2 specialty clubs out here in Kansas. So in my district.
Yeah.
So like I say, my biggest priority, as well with new club and members, is retaining the members we've got in our district.
Okay, it's again, we're talking about retention, and I think Jay have something that want to contribute. Jay, PDG.
Lou kind of stole some of my thunder, but I will tell you that, we're in the same kind of situation in my district. We have 3 communities over the population of 10,000. We have 64 Lions clubs. My club, population of Vergas, Minnesota, is 335 people. We have 64 Lions members in our club. What we do is we do a ton of service. We also, and if you want to look underneath your district, international district, constitution and bylaws, look at membership categories. There is a category underneath there called affiliate member, which is a full paying member of your club, is not required to attend meetings, cannot hold office, can come to meetings when they want to and vote and make motions. In my club of 64, we have 10 people that are affiliate members because they are young, they have families, they have kids. One of them has 4 kids underneath the age of 12. God bless her. But she can't physically come to meetings. Great. You don't come to meetings. But she will show up 4 or 5 times a year and works our service projects. The other thing I want to talk about is in our district, our goal this year was 2 new clubs, 218 new members. And I will tell you, as of today, we have our 2 new clubs. Out of our 218 new members, we're at 198 right now. And our district is a plus 100. Both of those 2 clubs are specialty clubs. And so between those 2 clubs, they have 75 new members. Specialty clubs. I will tell you one of them. The name of it is, I got to take a deep breath for this one, Crow Wing, Cass County Veterans Law Enforcement Lions Club. It is 2 counties in our district that focus on veterans and law enforcement officers, both current and retired. And that club just started. In fact, we're chartering them next week, and they've already grown to 25 members. And I just talked or saw a text earlier when we started the meeting. Potter, that's why I was looking off to the side. She is going to be entering 5 more names tomorrow. So look at specialty clubs, not so much located in the community, but with a focus group. North Dakota just started one, and it's a diabetes. These are all diabetes professionals that started a club, and they're stretched across the entire state of North Dakota. So look at different types of service that specialty clubs can add to your district and to your area. And it doesn't have to be in one community. Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
Yes, like the specialty club and how they work on and the membership category of affiliate. I also want to draw attention of everyone to maybe I show a video. Have everyone heard about CUP program? CUB CUP program. So this thing have been long time. CUP, like we have Leo program, like Leo is for 13 and to 30 years old, but CUP program CUB is actually like a more family program. So, and a lot of time I find that it's not about they will like say, oh, I don't have time and this, but in the end of the day, it always come back to the reason that they don't feel they worth spending the time invest in this kind of activity. Like people always ask me like, oh, you know what, how you plan your time for Lion, and how come like you are working as a full-time and you can be a district governor? Then I don't have a formula for people, but I always tell people that you will love to do things that you love, right? You always find time to do things that you love. So perhaps I can share a video that my current district GMT coordinator have do about CUP program, because nowadays we have quite a lot of member where they just give birth, just have a 1-2 years old baby, but we still want to engage them into club activity. And I found that CUP program is really helpful, and eventually they also help them to bring more parents into the club. Okay.
CUP program is a special program for children aged 12 and below. Through fun, hands-on experiences, we help them discover the joy of helping others. Our CUPs get involved in activities that make a real difference, from visiting and caring for the elderly, serving meals, planting trees, to picking up litter and caring for the environment. These small acts nurture big values: kindness, responsibility, and teamwork. Any child can join our CUP program. Just come with a kind heart, ready to help and ready to have fun. It's also a beautiful way for families to serve together, build closer bonds among Lions families, and strengthen our culture of service. the next generation of loving humans. Join CUP program today.
Yeah, so this club program actually is not very structured one. Your club no need to pay levy fee. Like your club, you have to pay like $100 levy fee per club. But this club program is actually just to get your kids to come and serve together. But of course, we might need to change a bit the way we conduct our service. Like in Malaysia, sometimes like when they gather, like they love to drink beer. So when there's kids, we can do during the other social. Yeah. So, but then when more young parents start seeing this, they want to be part of it because they also want their child to do community service at a young age. So eventually people don't get stressful. Like people don't give reason that, oh, I have a very young kids. I cannot focus on the Lions Club. No, actually this can become like the family day activities and it's free, right? If you will need to plan community service and bring your kids along, that might be very time consuming because you have to think where to go and then what to do. But we as a service organization, this is our expertise. You just get more little hand to help on some very simple tasks, and eventually, I don't know, but if this can be like very helpful to you, I would love to show this video to you and you can show this to your team. Edward, want to say something, Edward?
Yes, Potter, could you send me that video?
Sure.
In my plan, I'm challenging each zone chair to start a cub club in their zone.
Yeah, cool. So I will also make sure I include this link in the follow-up email. And actually, I have to give credits to the GMT coordinator. She is used to be my GST coordinator. She's like a perfect lady. She's doctor. She's super busy. I just not sure why she got so much time to do different things. She is the one that helped our district to achieve 100% reporting rate, and like, oh, she's just very amazing. I would love to have her sharing with everyone maybe next round. But yeah, so this is something that she produced because we always want to share the story, but sometimes you need to have video, you need to have picture to tell people how you do the thing. So I believe like by seeing the 2-minute video, you get an idea, how this thing works. And the vest is not something necessary. It's like they like this kind of fancy thing. So like, they feel pride being like the member. So they doing this mini little vest for the cup member. But anyway, yeah, Irene, you have question?
Oh, there was a club that I visited that had a lot of younger members about a year or two ago. And when I went to visit them, they said they lost a lot of their members because their kids were busy in sports and their kids had things to do and they couldn't come to the meetings. So I shared with her the Cub program and the details of it, so that maybe that would be a way to attract or at the very least keep the members that you have.
Yeah.
But having this video will be helpful, I think, to talk about it more than just once, to keep talking about it and bringing it up at cabinet meetings and zone chair trainings.
Yeah, and then like because I do not found I do not able to found like any video material, so this is the one that actually the district produced it, and I think it's very helpful. And I'm also thinking that you see a lot of kids sometimes they need some record on their community service activity. So whenever they join in the end of the year, the club president maybe can issue kind of a certificate for the kids, like, oh, this kid had contribute 20 hours of community service for this fiscal year. So this can be something very helpful, I guess. So let's think about it. Okay, so a part of the club program, we also, Jay also mentioned about the specialty club. Yes, a lot of places, and most of the time, if you see the global data, we have at least 50% of the new club that being chartered is specialty club. So that is something that we should, at least we know what is specialty club, and eventually when this can be one of the strategy. But anybody like have any more idea on how we can achieve, what are the things that we can do to achieve our membership goal?
I think more service, that's what I'm centering on, is more service brings more members. And we all know that fact. It's just bringing the right services that the people will enjoy. And, you know, that's why we all joined. So that's what my center is. And so far I've been doing good with that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Diana. Like more service. Irene, after Diana will be you. More service. But is everybody aware of the service week that the AP proposed, the 3 service week?
Okay.
Okay, if you're not aware, it's okay. I will send out a follow-up email, but it's like this specific 3 different week that dedicated for hunger, for environment, and for mental health and well-being. So potentially, like we can get every club to do something in that particular week, and like what Diana say, when you have a service opportunity, you get your friend to join, you get your friend to feel what service is all about. But one very, very important thing that I think we are sometimes not doing so good is follow up. Sometimes we don't really ask, oh, how you feel about our service? Can you tell me what can we improve? So from that reply, you will know whether he love or this is not his thing. If he or she willing to give you more response, that's where you can come in and say, hey, do you interested to be part of us? Yeah. So I think follow-up is a skill. Follow-up is very important because if we don't follow up, we don't open door. Sometimes people just a bit shy to ask, how can I be part of your group? Yeah. Irene?
In Northeast Kansas, we have a prairie river that pretty much covers almost most of our district. And many of our clubs, they just stay in their own community. It's even challenging to get them to come to a zone meeting. They just don't want to do anything outside of their own club. So I wanted to get with an organization that I used to be a board member. It's Friends of the Kaw. The local Indian called this river the Kaw River. They have cleanup opportunities where they have work days on the river where volunteers can come and help pick up trash, pull debris out of the river. And they can also do that along with like a kayaking trip. And so several of our communities are on the river and some are outside of the river, but there's also a statewide organization for volunteers. It's called kansasvolunteers.org. And you could post on there volunteer opportunities that just anybody that is looking for volunteer opportunities can come and help you. So I want to use this river cleanup project as a district-wide project to get representatives from as many as our clubs as possible to come and clean up the river on one of those dates and take photographs, and afterwards put information on social media and invite our community to come and help. I just think it's worth a shot. It's worth trying to unify our clubs within our district by coming together and doing a district-wide service project that spreads across our district in an environmental project.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you, Irene, because like back in Malaysia, we used to some of the smaller club, it's very hard for them even to sustain, like what's more when they carry out a service project, you need more hand. So what we normally do is like we will ask the bigger club, a part of they do their own service project, can they also invite this smaller club to join them? So it's like kind of a joint project. So I think it's a bit similar concept with yours. So you kind of pair them up with the existing organization that they are very good in these things, and the Lions can come in as a volunteer. So at least we get them activated, we get them know other people's, and who knows, potentially the other organization also interested with the Lion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we have one comment in the chat box from Clark. Clark, would you want to share?
Well, I just mentioned in the chat box again, thanking PDG Richard for being on the call with me, that he started one of the ideas that he gave me of starting up competition within the clubs of the district, that his competition was that he obtained some large lion symbol signs, and the club that had the most members in a given month, they got a new big sign that would be at the entrance to the city where the club is located. And I thought that was a great idea. And my membership growth competition in the district is not going to be a sign. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, that for the club that has the most members each month, that I'll pay the club, or not pay the club, I'll pay LCIF $10 per member up to $100.
Sorry, I don't understand.
And so that's, yeah, there we go. Sherry decided to get in on the call, but $10 per member up to $100 to be donated to the unrestricted fund in the club's name. So that's
this idea. I love this idea. Okay, Jose have a very practical question for you. The cost, is it borne by the district for the sign?
Oh, the sign?
Yeah.
Richard would have to, I think Richard, was it just you?
Yeah, it was just me. And what really benefited the smaller clubs, because I think it got the smaller clubs involved more, because they realized that their numbers were small, so they could increase their membership and maybe get that sign. Whereas the larger clubs, they really have to really work themselves to get that percentage of growth. But the smaller clubs
You
could
only
reach
need
it.
5 more members.
Pardon? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You only need 5 more members if you start with 5. That you've got that one.
But really, it really did bring up some smaller clubs. I think it helped them feel like they were part of the district and also of Lions themselves. Some of them were still bragging about it.
That's great.
I visited a club just today that was bragging about that they got their sign from Lion Richard, and
Yeah,
I saw it as I drove into town.
I think this is a very good incentive. I mean, back to Malaysia, we do have quarterly, every cabinet meeting. Of course, the night of that meeting, we always after the meeting we had kind of a fellowship dinner together, where we also invite the top 3 club with the highest number of new member, their quarters, to come and recognize them. But I think what you both suggested is a more meaningful incentive. Instead of giving them the plug, like a free dinner ticket, you give them a sign. So it's helped them in that town, people know what's Lions and the LCIF. Those are the very meaningful incentive. So I think that's really cool. Yeah, because a part of retention, a part of getting new club, incentive is something that motivate people. And if you're aware of the recent email by our incoming international president, he have prepared a few incentive related to the membership. So I would really encourage you to look at that newsletter for more detail. I think we have a comment on, we have a district governor that have a quarterly contest for new member by percentage of growth, and the winner get a taco dinner for the club. Yes. Yeah. So that's what we do in Malaysia too. Okay. So I think we've been talking so much on the membership. Of course, it will not finish, we can have a webinar talking about that all long day. I will compile and put it into a slide so that we can plug some idea. But I would also want to proceed by talking about the heavy one we have settled by talking about leadership. Okay, so in terms of leadership, it's only two required goal by putting the number. First is how many % of your zone chairperson is going to attend the training. And the second, it is out of my pocket, just like Richard. Oh, very generous of you both. And the second is how many % of club officer, president, secretary, and treasurer attend the club officer training, whether it be online, whether it be in person. So if I may get some of the idea, I think just now some of you who talking about the zone chairperson training. Oh, Irene, you talk about that, right? Yeah. Do you want to share, or anybody want to share what you do to make sure you achieve the goal that you set? Or perhaps you can share with us how many % is the goal of your zone chairperson training?
Oh, Potter, I'll talk.
Yes, you go first.
Our leader, our GLT, she's put out a notice to all our 20 zonies, and I think there's only about 3 that will not attend either by person or by Zoom, which is really pleasing because in the past we've only ever had about 6 turn up, and this year there seems to be a renewed interest, which is excellent.
Yep. Cool. You know what? Getting 100% of your zone chairperson to training, it should be possible. And of course, I know some of the district, you are organized in-person training. Not everybody can commit, but if you kind of do like a one-to-one training to them, that is also considered as training. So by the end of the day, you will have the 100%. That's how I do. Of course, that will be achievable for zone chairperson, but for club officer, sometimes it can be a little bit challenging, because imagine if you have 60 club, which means all the 180 club officer, they need to go through training, even it's online or in person, and sometimes that is possible, but still challenging. So maybe we can talk about how your district, what your district do to encourage people to attend club officer training. Yeah, Irene?
I will share that when I talk to my GLT, you know, sometimes it's hard to physically get everybody in one location. And so I suggested that we have an in-person training for zone chairs, but that it also be a hybrid meeting. So for those who can't come physically, if they can be there on the Zoom training, that would still count. And the more people we get trained in at one time, the better. Then we could also record that training and utilize that for, maybe we could send it out and have someone watch it and then call, and we can question, you know, and ask them what did they get out of it, what their thoughts were, so that we know that they've completed that training or watched that video. I think that is just a practical way of making sure everybody gets trained. And in my leadership goals, I put that I wanted 80% of our zone chairs have zone chair training. And that's quite an increase from what we've had in the past, but I'm optimistic.
Yeah, I believe you will achieve 100%.
Oh, okay. That's
No, you know what? I think I put like 90%, but yeah, it's just like kids sometimes, this is a target, but you want to do more. Yeah. So Yes, Karen, please.
Could I call upon Patty Shanlaw? Because she is currently a zone chairperson, but she'll be on the global team next year. But Patty, can you share with us as to what they did with you for zones in our district this year? Is she on? Patty Shanlaw?
Muted.
She's on,
Yeah,
but she's muted.
Yep. Yes, Patty, just feel free to share whenever you are ready.
Thank you.
But yeah, but it seems like not ready yet, but that's fine. Yeah, I just would like to contribute a little bit on what Irene mentioned regarding the club officer training. Yeah, it's similar because we know not all the club officer they can commit their time even for a 2-hour, 1-hour training. So we always organize one round of online training for club officer. For those who cannot make it in person, then they can come the online one. But we know the best. You cannot compare the in-person training with online training. So we always offer the online training the last after all the in-person training. Yeah. So for those who still want to have a kind of a second round of training, they can drop they can attend the online one. But for those who cannot make it at the in-person one, they can also go the online training. Yeah. So maybe you can consider to do that by having the online training. Maybe it can be like a whole multiple district thing. So yeah, I believe this is how the multiple district can assist. Yeah, when it comes to this kind of training. Okay, any other idea? Like, do you give any incentive for people who come for training?
We've already had ours for next year. We just held an in-person one. What we did, because it's a vast area, we offered the same sessions in the morning as the afternoon. So depending on distances, people could come just for the afternoon or the morning, or, if they had already some previous engagement in the afternoon, they came in the morning. We put on a nice lunch for them. We had a good attendance, and we'll follow that up with virtual training. But I also wanted to add that last year, our zone training, we have 87 clubs and 14 zones that we actually had 100% turnout. So it's a high bar for this year for me. And so what we've decided to do is we drew latitude and longitude lines through the district and found the exact middle, which is a small town, and we're going to hold it there. So it's equidistant from every club, and it'll be a day long. And we actually are going to record it and have it hybrid. I'm hoping that we can achieve 100% again for zone shares.
Okay, so this is the thing that I would like to be the bridge. So for example, if let's say Leslie is having a recording of the training, if she permitted for some of the districts who don't have these resources, probably you can get assistance from Leslie if she can share those recording, and then you could have shared those recording to your club officer if the contents works, and then that's you are helping to bring up the training's percentage as well, right? Because we are such a very big group. So I believe we will have all these materials, which I don't believe like we're talking any like secret things inside the training. So because sometimes, for example, if I having the cloud officer training in Malaysia, some of the terminology, some of the practice might be different from those in Philippines, might be different from those in Australia. But if you're in the same country, so probably it's a similar one. Can we use training video in the YouTube to count toward leadership training? Yes. Okay, you can do that. But you have to report. Yeah. But trust me, virtual training can be risky because people don't like to watch boring training. I will off the training if they didn't catch my attention at the first 5 minutes. So that have to be very careful sometime. Yeah. And then, yep. I think that's very lovely, and you have a morning and afternoon session, and you can come morning if you're not available in the afternoon, and you can come afternoon if you're not available in the morning. Like very thoughtful of you. And I just want to share one situation with my current district governor. He always complained me setting the target too high. He say there's nothing more for me to surpass you because you have to do everything. But guess what? He got better membership growth than me. And of course, he maintained the service reporting goal because our service reporting goal is 100%. Our zone chairperson attendance is 100%. So he maintained that. But he surpassed the club officer training goal. He got a 90%. I achieved like kind of a 80%, but he got a 90%. So in the last cabinet meeting, so I kind of like tease him. I say, you remember what you say before the term start? And now you are doing great. And the number is there for you to break through. And he made it. Yeah. So since Leslie, like I believe like your current district governor has set up a very good foundation, and the vibe, you will need to continue the vibe, and you will do even better at the upcoming term, I believe. Okay. So thank you so much. I think we can move on from the leadership development goal and some of the plan, how we can achieve that. When we come into service activity goal, there's only one goal, which is, okay, yeah, you need to let your zone chairperson know about the training, yes. In terms of service activity, there's only one goal, very simple, which is they log into the Lion portals and report services. Of course, how many service we organize, how many people we serve, how many hours we contribute is very important. But those things we will not know, Lions International will not know until we start putting the figures into the system. So we need our club officer to report their service project. Okay, so again, any idea on how we can increase the service reporting?
Keith Burge, do you want to share?
Well, the one thing that I found, I mean, I'm as guilty as anybody. I don't have 100% service reporting at this point, but one thing
No,
that
100% is crazy. Like the average, I would say the world average is maybe like 50. Yeah.
But we're going for 100.
The thing
We're
I found,
71 already.
do it right away. That's the key.
Yes.
Do it right after the event.
Yeah, do it right away, like after the service project. Don't wait, because like when you wait, you have a lot of project and you tend to be lazy to submit so much.
You forget things, and
yes.
You've got to start all over again. Do it right away.
And
okay.
And
Guess
I think
what?
Keith,
Can anybody tell
okay.
me like what is the current average percentage of club reporting service activity?
28%.
If you get the percentage correct, I will give you one gift.
36%.
Huh?
36%.
Clark, what's your answer?
36%.
Come on.
Reporting, that's too low.
28%.
28? No. Higher.
It's much higher?
Yes.
51.
You can type in the chat box. You can type in the
Okay,
chat
we'll
box
say
as well.
56%.
First one got the answer, you get a secret gift.
51%.
Higher.
57.
62.
Higher, Leslie.
62.
Lower, Karen.
59%.
Who said 59?
I did.
You got it.
Leslie.
You got it, Leslie. Okay, 59%.
Yeah,
59%
Can I put
is
a
the
wish
wall.
list in?
Yeah, 59% is is what do you call that? It's a world average, but we are not the medium group. We strive for more. We go for A. So do encourage, and a lot of club, I believe they want to report their service activity, but they don't know how to report. So step-by-step guidance is really helpful. I really encourage you to every month you drill down and see which club didn't submit service reporting, call them, show them, talk to them in your club visit. Make sure that is one of the agenda that you share to them, the importance of service reporting. Jay, please. You want to say something? Yes, Jay.
I just wanted to make the comment that your GST coordinator can do that for the district governor, have them check clubs. I will tell you that in December, we were at 69% of our clubs reporting. And our district governor was pulling her out and going, no, they tell me they're reporting. Our GST went online and went drilled down club by club by club. We found out that a lot of clubs were reporting, but not clicking the little box in the upper right corner that says submit, because it was hidden.
Or
originally it was kind of hidden on the report.
Complete.
Yeah, so they didn't complete the report, so it never got registered. We jumped from 69% in December. We are now at 100% in our district because our GST took the time and effort to check every club, and if they didn't show any, he just called them up and said, you just had in our district newsletter, you did a pancake breakfast. Yeah, we served 400 people. How many Lions were there? 26. How many hours? He said, report it. I don't know how. So he would show them how and put it in there and then mark it completed. That's something that a GST can do for you to help you reach higher goals.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay and Irene.
I created a cheat sheet, and I can show it to you just briefly if I'll
please.
share. Okay.
You can share, right?
Yeah. So I just did some screen captures of showing them, how to log in, put in your email address, hit click on service. And when that drops down, hit create service activity. And then, for their club, and then just enter the data, and the little blue button that you have to check that says report complete. And then it says, I think it says send.
Yes,
for that little blue button down at the bottom. So that's something I printed out and gave him hard copies of. And then secondly, our GST last year created this little service activity reporting card. It's a front and back. It's about the size of a business card. And Lou and Clark and I in multiple district 17 are going to take this to district wide. So when they're there and they're finishing up their service project, they capture that key data, the club, who's reporting it, what, where, when, how many service hours, how many people served, and how many volunteers. And worst case scenario, they can send this card to the district administrator, who will then input it for them. But the goal is 100% of our clubs to submitting service at least once.
Yeah.
At least once. That means they know how. So that I just wanted to share that with you, that I just went through, because I'm club president, I do our service hour reporting, and I just made this little cheat sheet up, and I think giving them something that can help them when you're gone is very helpful.
Would you mind to share this with your friends?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can email to me, so I will include that in the follow-up email. So I think that's very helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I will share that with you, Paula.
So that's the purpose of this webinar. And thank you so much. We have exit the time a little bit. I will not touch on the LCIF because we have spending a few hours in the St. Charles talking about strategies, how we raise awareness of LCIF. I will include those points in our recap. Okay, so I would kind of conclude the session. So in the next 4 minutes, so that everybody, yes, take picture. Yes. So can we have everybody open the camera so we can take a picture together? Yes. My camera is ready. Standby mode. Okay. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All the happy faces, not nightmare faces. Very good. Okay. So okay, so again, thank you so much. This session will be recorded, but in mindful of the time, I want to wrap up the sessions. If anybody want to like share anything, like, do you feel this session is helpful? Do you need any more help? As I mentioned, you can text me. We can have a one-to-one Zoom sessions. How do you feel like your 90 minutes worth spending tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, very much we're spending.
Very much. Yes.
Yes.
Got
Yes.
some good ideas.
So
Yes.
let me serve you. Give me some time, maybe today or tomorrow. I believe by the end of this week, you will receive a follow-up email from me, which include this webinar recording, our group picture, and the resources that shared by Irene, the CUP program video, and of course the recap of what we mentioned just now. Okay? Yeah. So if there's anything you need, you let me know. And we have one more last webinar before we all meet again in Orlando. Okay. Have you booked your ticket?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody not coming?
No.
Okay.
No.
Seeing none. Very good. Okay. So I believe we can end the session, and thank you very much for those with nighttime. Have a sweet dream. For those morning and daytime, have a good day ahead, and I will see you next month. Okay, and thank you so much, Area Leader Jay, our friend Barbara, and PDG Richard, who else? Williams,
Potter.
Patty, for coming this webinar and joining us. Thank you so much, and see you.
Potter.
Bye.
Thanks, Potter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi,
Good night.
there's
Bye,
a question. by
Yes.
Good
Lou.
day, good morning.
Question. Yes. What question?
Yes, are you gonna go over what we need to pack for clothing at the next webinar for Orlando? What we're supposed to wear?
What you need to wear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will send out that email too.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
Good
night.
night. Bye,
Bye.
Jose.
Bye-bye, Karen.
Yep. Bye, Irene. See you,
Bye.
Tom.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
Irene.
Yay.
Going, everybody.
Good night or
Yay.
good
Bye,
morning.
Thank you,
Good night.
Potter.
Welcome.
See ya.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, Potter.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, Diana. Yay. Yay. Good night, Patty.